You're here today.
Hello, y'all. Welcome to another episode of the MASE and SHADY show. How are y'all doing? I see you are SWV ready. I see you got the I'm so into you outfit going on.
I was trying to take it back, to a nice early 90s, late 80s film. And actually, this was a homage to, Candy. Candy said that Salt and Pepper was her favorite group, and it's mine too.
That was all right.
But no, not all right. Are you crazy? Expression, Black Magic. No. They whole album. Homegirls, attention, you must pay. So listen close to what you say. Don't take this as a simple rhyme, because this type happens all the time. But I think that's a song we need to be singing to somebody, because some men are just tramps.
Trying to put out gospel albums when you're doing out the devil's work. Trying to understand what's going on. It's a lot of mess going on in the streets. We were supposed to go live yesterday, but God said no. And we had to obey the word. Unlike Latasha, we obey. When God speaks, we listen. And so we decided to move it to today. And good thing we did, because all the tea came out today. Hey, Robin.
Right.
Hey, Yvette.
Hey, Robin. Hey, Yvette. Hey, is that Jay Rucker? Hey, Jay Rucker.
About this mess. We're going to talk about these text messages, receipts, tape allegations, because I don't think we can say the S tape. We're just gonna say S tape. I might have to change the title, because I guess you can't say S tape on YouTube.
Child, but we all know what it is.
I know what it is.
We're gonna just say the tape
allegations, tranny allegations, text messages. All this coming off of a gospel album. You want me to buy your gospel album, please? The lies.
If her gospel album is not, titled "I'm Repenting," and I apologize, she need, she need a song called "I Repent."
She wants the apology.
I apologize. She need another song called "I Once Was a Thief." Maybe I still am. That's the part 1 and 2. Yeah, she can get a lot of songs out of this.
So we are gonna review. We might get to the review because the episode was cute, but we want to talk about the mess first. Since we here, we might as well talk about the mess. The mess started with Latasha going on Queens and Cocktails over there with Claudia and them over on Fox Soul, and she was over there telling her story how she missed her sister. She just want her sister back. It's not even about the money. She lying on me. I never stole no money from her. And all of them, I was kind of surprised that all of them was eating it up the way that they were. Maybe it's because, you know how some people feel like if they're in my face, I'm going to agree with what they're saying.
I think that's exactly what was happening. I actually watched that episode.
Lisa Ray was eating it up.
Lisa Ray was going in because she felt, I don't know, it was because she wore all white, so she felt holy, but she was just going in like, I felt that because when you know,
I've been going through something like that with my sister, and your thing with your sister is totally different, ma'am.
Right? It's not just a
but hit the notification bell because I just posted the thing today, so maybe that's why you didn't get the notification. But if y'all don't get the notification, make sure y'all hit the like button when you come in, catch the replay. It's still gonna be on our page, so you can come up, and I know a lot of people like the interaction when we do the live. So when I post it, I think I'll start posting on the community tab. I don't know if y'all can see it. I don't know.
Yeah, you should be able to see it. You can see it.
But letting y'all know that, hey, I posted it. Y'all can hit the notification bell just so y'all know when we go live. She says, Yvette says she hit it, but she didn't get it. What I suggest is that you clear your notifications on your phone.
But sometimes it does that because a lot of times I don't get notifications for certain. I know I pressed the alert me, let me know.
Yeah.
And it don't come up sometimes. I don't know why. Probably just.
I think it's because maybe, I don't know. But I know everybody's doing the live right now about the same thing. Hey, Jay Rucker. Thanks for joining us.
Hey.
So she was on there with them over there. Claudia, I agree with her most of the time, but I just felt like they was feeding into the BS and picking a side a little bit too much, and they was all. I was kind of surprised at Selena too. I felt like she's more of the level-headed one. Lisa Ray, she still got that hood mentality, so I wasn't expecting much from her. But when she went on their show, she was feeding them the BS, and they was eating it up. She would have you believe that she did not steal from her sister. Let her tell it. She's making it up. I just want my sister back. But we haven't seen anything like that on the show. On the show, it don't look like you want your sister back. And you haven't shown that you want your sister back. You haven't shown that you want to even be a part of Escape, in my opinion. But now that you're doing this gospel album, it just seems odd that all of this stuff is going down. What do you think?
This is just really crazy to me because it's like you sat over there and with the cocktails with the queens and was sitting there, put the performance of your life. And even the one that she did on her YouTube channel.
With the first editing reads.
Yeah, it was giving Candy. Like, did Candy edit this?
Those reads.
Did Candy edit this?
It was Rocky who edited those reads.
This is a case of when you follow your man off a cliff. Because she's following her husband off a cliff thinking she's a ride or die chick. And I already see it. Like, Tasha, come here. Come here, Tasha. Let me tell you something. And I know he's telling you this. This is what he's telling you. Bae, it's all lies. You know, I've been down with you from the beginning. You've been down with me from the beginning. It's us against the world. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna let that outside noise come up in this house. Cause this right here, this right here is what's real, girl. This right here is real. This right here, look at me. Don't you cry. He's gonna take his thumb. Don't you cry. Don't you cry because you know what it is. You know I got your back and you got mine. Who got your back? You, Rocky. Who got your back? You say it louder. Say it louder. You, Rocky. That is exactly what's happening. And I know it's what's happening.
That interview over there with the Queens of Cocktails, it kind of prompted Tamika to come and speak up because Latasha is still denying the whole allegations about her stealing the money. So Tamika on her YouTube has come up, and yes, the drama has become so much since this show has started. The drama has gotten worse and worse and worse. And
it's only 6 episodes. Like,
I see it going even further. I think it's going to go criminal because now that the receipts have been posted.
Hey, Shar.
Does Tamika even have to press charges for the police to get involved? Because
yes, because that's she would. I believe she would have to press the charges. I don't think they would be able to pick it up because it was a personal matter. But it would have prompted me to press charges. It would have prompted me to be on the phone like
So let me just post real quickly what Tamika says. I'm gonna show the video, and then we're gonna break it up and talk for a second. So Tamika went on her page and shared the receipts, and the receipts are very telling, to say the least. You can't deny the receipts.
Can't.
So, let me, Mace, can you mute for a second so we don't get an echo?
Sure.
And then when we start the video, come back on.
Now, when my sister was asked about Sound Exchange, she acted like she didn't know what I was talking about. So I'm not gonna do too much, but I will.
Morgan. Because I thought.
So I was very nice. I was being very nice to say that.
So Tamika says that it was multiple checks that were stolen. Not to mention the part that she had to pay the taxes on the money that was stolen. So she lost double the money.
Yeah, and she said she was being nice, saying $30,000. And even when she brought up Tiny's mom, she was like, "There's multiple checks sent." This is a sad case, and she's going to follow her man right to prison.
And she even brought, I think it was Miss Denise, Tiny's mom. Isn't her name Denise?
Miss Diane.
Diane. She brought Miss Diane on, and she shared. She basically said the same thing Tamika was saying, that she was trying to get her checks, and she was living in New York, and they was going to the mama's house in Georgia. Tamika also posted the actual address where they were staying at, and it's a real address. It's real life information. She didn't post. I don't think that's where they live now, but I think at that time they were staying there.
I believe she said was going to that address, and I believe that address was her mother's house.
Yes, because they was living together. She was living with the mother. So I'm gonna play a little bit more of the video. Let me see.
Only 30,000 was stolen from me. I was very nice to say only 30,000 was taken from me, stolen from me rather. So, you want your apology? How about I give them proof what you did? Just a little bit, not a lot. I'm not trying to bury you. You just need to stop being out here saying these false things. You and your husband, these threats and everything else. You and your husband.
So now I want to talk about the threatening text message that Tamika says that she received. It was from an anonymous number, like a fake number. There's many different apps where you can, create a fake number and send somebody some stuff. So the text message in it extorts, it says negative things about Candy, Tiny, and Tamika, and threatens her to let go of these allegations.
It tells her basically you need to apologize to your sister and your mother for the things that you said and the disrespect and the lies that you told before this comes out. Your alleged sex tape, and she went on to say that was things mentioned about Candy and Tiny, but she was like she didn't want to get into what was mentioned about them. But later on, we find out that what he said about Todd.
And not to mention that Rocky did an interview with Tasha K, which was stupid.
This wasn't even an interview. I believe he just called her.
Well, when you're talking to her and you give her information, that's an interview.
Yeah, and I wonder, did he know he was being recorded? Because I think he didn't know he was being recorded.
Have known. It's Tasha K.
I think, we can't say that because this man is obviously an idiot. Because if you sat there and you said you rambled up and you told someone, I don't care if it was someone recorded me, but I know it left my brain out my mouth to someone's ears. That means someone else in the world knows. So if someone else in the world knows what your plot is, why would you dig up an anonymous number and send this lady a threatening text message, basically blackmailing her with the information that you previously already told somebody? It doesn't make sense. We could tell he definitely worked for R. Kelly. He definitely worked for R. Kelly.
This text message is so damning because who extorts somebody for an apology? Tamika has already said that she wants an apology, and then she receives, not Tamika, Latasha says that she wants an apology from her sister, and then she receives this threatening text message that I'm going to read, which is all over the place. It says, Tamika, I have a question for you. Which allegation is worse to the media? Accusing you accusing your sister of stealing $30K, or you texting and sending naked pictures to your sister's husband? Which Which I do not believe. I believe that he stole the tape because she said that she gave the tape to her sister. I don't know why.
She also said that he called Sprint at the time. It was Sprint, and found out all her information because he had her information being that he was the manager, I believe. And that he allegedly called Sprint and allegedly gave them her information so he could get access to her information, like her phone. That's how he got the pictures.
So he took the pictures from the phone, or
he went and got access to her whole account.
That's so, Tasha, you're not concerned that your husband is looking at your sister's naked pictures and tape?
Allegedly.
You're not concerned about that? But we're just gonna.
He don't care because this man is sitting there telling her, "Babe, I'm doing this all for you. I'm making you a star. I'm making you a star. You're about to blow up. You're about to blow up." And she's like, "Yes, yes." And she said, "You see what I'm doing? I'm putting myself on the line here. You see what I'm doing? I'm extorting people. I'm out here in the streets. I'm out here shaking, moving and shaking. I'm doing things. This is what I got to get my hands dirty. That's how much I love you."
Text message.
That's what she's telling you. That's what happens.
It says, "We got our hands on pictures and messages, so we gonna do you a favor and let you apologize to your sister and your mom."
Very damning.
Like you did Candy, who set you up in the first place. This sounds definitely like an inside job.
Tasha added that line, and Baraki wrote the rest. But Tasha was like, "Put in." Tasha was like, "At him, Candy set you up in the first place."
And they both have said this publicly. Also, we have a video of you having relations. I'm gonna just say relations with someone in 2016. You can thank the person who is suing you for that. So, ain't no telling. If you don't, we'll send all the info to the media and Kevin Costner, you and Kevin Costner's husband. If you think this is a joke and don't apologize, you'll be defending yourself and your children to your children and your husband and the whole world. But you're not going to have to face the shame by yourself. There's a video of Todd sucking alleged peen from a transgender. And then he goes on to say that he has dirt on Tiny, whoever sent the text message. And the fact that Tiny and Todd and Candy and the apology, the mom, and everybody was thrown in there, it seems really personal to me. It seems like definitely somebody wants to clean up their image. And I think that they wanted her to go publicly and apologize, just like she apologized to Candy.
Because you know what? And this is so sad that this girl, this woman, has been like, she's basically been bullied her whole life. Like, you've been bullied your whole life because, like she said, she made statements like, her defending her sister, gave her mother, got her mother's attention. Like, she got love from her mother by defending her sister. Like, we come together by defending the golden child. And she felt that warmth and stuff from like, if I defend my sister enough, my mother would love me.
But you can see that she loves her sister more than her. And that's sad to see. But even if you look at other videos, when it's the both of them sitting, I saw a video of both of them that were standing there with the mom, and she said, "Are you happy to?" Tamika said, "Are you happy to see us?" And then the mother looks at Latasha. She said, "I'm happy to see y'all, everybody." Like she was looking at Tasha. Like, you could tell from the body language that she really don't see it for her daughter. But
it's even worse that by writing whoever wrote this text, this blackmail text, whoever did this, they thought that this woman would be so scared and so, trembling in her boots that she would come out and apologize. Like, so what did they actually think of you? Like, they think you was a straight punk. You know what I'm saying? They just
went out and admitted everything. So now you take.
And I'm so glad that she took the reins and got out there and was like, "Yeah, I got a sex tape out there. I kept it because I looked good."
S-tape.
I got the tape out there, and I made the tape because I liked it, and I looked good, and I gave it to my sister.
The way she looked, I guess she was throwing it back. And
I know. Sidebar. I want to see this.
Sliding. And if you want to make a tape of yourself, I'm not mad at you. Do what you got to do, but at the same time, never
Least,
record.
I want to see the tape.
Doing dirt and give it to somebody. I don't care who
Especially
it is.
that apple head. You know she mad because God gave you the body and her the face, her the round the moon.
You having tapes in your house, gospel artists? You have tapes in your house of your sister? But we just gonna play this little part and then we gonna close it out on this.
How are you gonna send me a threat text? Let me explain with the text. I will put it up here so you guys can see it. And I might even share the video where she's saying things that's in the text. So I got a threat text about me, Tiny, and Candy. All right. First of all, her husband says that I sent him naked pictures. And he says something about Tiny, and he says something about Candy that I'm not going to say, which are all lies.
You see what the big news is, right?
So I'm not going to post this part because this is a whole nother. That's Tasha's interview. But to say the least, y'all go on Tamika's page. I'm sure y'all seen it already. It's all over the blogs. It's been all over the blogs since the show has started. What I want to know is, Motown, how are y'all going to respond to these allegations? Are you still going to...
community. She was just down there. And you know who needs to really get into the gospel? See, I think, Tamika, this is the time to Shirley Caesar your moment. Like, you could seize the moment, Tamika, because Tamika needs to get out there and you can make your own gospel record. But like, they stole, but I forgave.
But you having the tape out. I don't think she needs to go the gospel route, but I do think that the public, in public opinion, people are more on Tamika's side than Latasha's side. I just feel like,
well, Tasha may not consider what she's doing fully gospel because she's saying it's like inspirational gospel or whatever, but she's probably inspiring people how to steal.
It ain't CeCe Winans. It ain't.
She gonna inspire the people how to steal. Inspire people.
There's definitely no anointing. So
this is crazy.
About these allegations because she posted the receipts and they are.
What are you gonna do? Like, what can you say from that? Because you sat there with your apple head and sat there lied apple head, and now people are you sat there with that head that's bobbling back and forth, lying. And now your husband, it seems like what you gonna do? Because
like a creep. He just seems like a creep.
Yeah, and now we can see why he worked for R. Kelly. Like he said he worked for R. Kelly, and we be like, a lot of people didn't, just because you work for somebody, that don't mean you know the ins and outs of their life, that you don't know all what they're doing, because you work for a person. But come on, you're using these same tactics that he allegedly used, like the I got the tape. So now I'm going to blackmail you. What are you supposed to blackmail?
Money, stealing and all this is thievery. To me, it's evil to try to extort your own blood.
I don't think it's no coming back from this. It's like at this point,
what I would do is I would give her the money secretly and just say, "I'm sorry that happened, but can we let this die out? Here's the money." It doesn't fix it, but let's try to move.
See, but it would even go down with like that. Funky Dineva said the same thing. He said the same thing. That's what he would advise her to do. Like, you just be quiet and just give her the money and apologize on low. Like, look, we'll discuss this, at a later time, whatever, like that. But it's not gonna go smooth like that for me because you done dragged me and called me a liar, forcing me to come out. So you're not gonna get away with this. And I don't think it's any coming back after this because she's finding her voice and because like sometimes the abused don't realize they've been abused. You understand? So a lot of times you don't realize that because it's just your normal. So you don't know no different. So now that she's stepping out and be like, damn, what my mother and sister did to me my whole life is wrong. This is wrong. And because even this episode, they were saying about how the tacos treating them like Gladys Knight and the Pips, and they actually acting like they back up. You could see in her face that she was ready to jump for her sister. Like don't talk about my sister. She still had that, don't talk about my sister. I got to defend her.
Like it's kind of helping her find her voice. I don't think it was her intention for it to come out this way, but it just ended up coming out this way. And it is what it is at this point. So
Well, God works in mysterious ways. Sometimes things are need to be done because you could just break even. As far as like Escape, like Latako, she got what she wanted. She wanted to be a solo. You thought you waiting for your Beyonce moment. You're finally a solo artist. People believe in you. Hooray! So.
Yeah.
And Escape can still move on with the three of them because Tamika actually sounds good singing her sister's parts. You don't really miss Latako. And now after we're getting a deeper look into her and we're getting to see her character, because what she did was a character flaw. This wasn't a mistake, because sometimes we all do things that we shouldn't do.
But she did it and lied about it. So that's still,
but this is your character. When you sat there and you plotted, because even if you didn't know what was going on, Tamika has shown receipts that you sat there and you put down that you were her manager. They sent in this woman's passport picture. Like y'all sent in her information. That is fraud to the next level. And if she sits there and wants to claim her money, they'll be skipping right off to prison.
Yeah, and I think they should. But we're gonna start off and skim through this episode. It starts off with Taj and Coco. They're at the gym. Taj is sharing her experience with Coco being a bully. Basically doing the same thing Tasha is doing.
Coco, my gym twin is not a bully.
She's saying that she was a bully, and if she wasn't messing with you, then didn't nobody mess with you. She
can't help if she's popular. She can't help if she was just popular.
And also, Coco threw a little bit of shade towards Escape when she said, "Well, they need to take
Latako. Put the Latacos in the chat."
She said, "We worked with In Vogue and TLC, and they outsold both of us, and they did. I think TLC is the top selling female group.
Yeah,
are they not?
Yeah,
I believe that they are.
Yeah, well, they sold way more than SWV.
They wasn't acting like that because TLC was happy to get any checks they was gonna get." And En Vogue, they seem like classy ladies anyway, except for Dawn. But
we are not going to talk about Dawn. Hey, just simply.
So that was a cute little scene. I'm glad that even though they had issues in the past, that they have been able to. Taj has been able to forgive Coco because a lot of people hold grudges. So I think forgiveness is a beautiful thing. Some people said that they would have been cut ties with Coco, but I'm actually going through something right now where I just feel like sometimes you just gotta let the past be the past and just forgive. God says forgive.
Yeah, it says forgive, and I'm so glad that she didn't cut Coco off, and that they came to a place where they can get along. Now they're the girlfriends that they should have always been, and now that we discovered that Coco actually is bipolar. That can explain a lot, because a lot of times she probably was dealing with a lot of issues that she couldn't explain why she was feeling the way she was feeling and why she was reacting the way that she was reacting, because that doesn't just happen. You don't just become bipolar overnight. It finally develops, and it usually starts at a younger age, and you just don't recognize the symptoms. You don't know anything.
Group members, both of them, Taj and Lily, had to go get regular jobs. Taj said she was working for $9 an hour. Maybe it was a lot back then.
No, but $9 an hour. When they broke up, and they think $9 an hour was it was good money. That was good money. The $9 an hour in the 90s, in the 90s, they broke up in the 90s. In the 90s was $9. I think that was one of the top rates. If you was making 14, child, you was almost rich. Almost rich. So yeah, because Coco was the voice, and it's at least in they group. This is what I'm saying. As far as girl groups, I think that you need to establish seniority right away. We can't be playing around and fool la la and doing all this. And when you want to sing lead, then I'm side-eyeing you because I think
it depends on the group, because TLC was different in the fact that each one of them had their own unique style.
But yeah, because that was different. That was one was a rapper, one was a singer, one was so everybody had their individual parts. But when you come in together as an R&B group, and every woman, when you sing in R&B, you obviously think you can sing. You understand? So even
most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time you think, but even if you can't, you think you can sing because you I'm going to step into this R&B world and I can sing. You probably sound like a cat on the hot tin roof, but you I can sing. So you feel that you can sing. So every girl feel that they can sing, you need to establish seniority. Who's going to be the lead? Like Beyonce. We knew at the beginning that was the lead. And we knew, you know what I'm saying? So they didn't have a problem Fool La Line and humming in the back. Yeah, you may step out and sing lead once in a while, child, but don't get comfortable because the spot belongs to me. But that's what Escape should have done. And but that's what SWV did do. They knew that Coco was the lead.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So regardless if you can sing and you can hum, I'm the lead. You know, I may let you sing lead on a couple of songs, but the spot is regularly belongs to me, child. So they knew that and they could understand that. So when they did break up, Coco was able to go on because she was the voice. Right. The rest of them just fell by the wayside. But with Escape, with everyone singing lead and everyone having that, it wasn't no seniority established. They're gonna both be fighting for the lead spot. Like I sing lead. Oh no, I sung lead on this. I sung lead on this. I sung lead on this. And you compare it
in the group as well. But moving forward to the next part, I just want to mention the food that Taj and Tamika were eating because that food looked good. And I looked up the restaurant. It's downtown Atlanta. It's called the Dancing Crate. And I will be going to that restaurant.
No, because that, how dare they? They had, what was that? Was that
it looked like it was like,
it looked like what's that? What do you call them? Rolls?
I actually rewind just so I can get the name of the restaurant because usually on Bravo they show the name of the restaurant that they're at, but I had to rewind it to see what it was eating at because I'm finna go. It's downtown Atlanta. It's on Pryor Street in the hood. So you know, some of the best spots are in the hood.
Yes, you know the sauce is definitely popping in the hood.
So I'm gonna go down there and I'm gonna order what Tamika had. But moving on from that, we're going to get to this meeting that they had that Taj, that charcuterie board that she had prepared was horrible.
That was just shook board. That wasn't even the full cooterie.
It wasn't no charcuterie. It was
a shook. It was a shook board. It was not. It wasn't even a board. It was just a shook.
It was just ham. I'm like, girl. And then you had some cheap wine from Kroger. Did she have the Aeropostale or was it Stella Rose?
I don't know, but it was all wrong. Taj, like I don't even Taj. How are you keeping your husband? What's going on here? Like, this is what you spreading out for your husband?
You could have ordered pizza for all of that. I would have been
right. No, child. Like you as a married woman, you as a married woman.
You just had a whole piece of ham.
But Lily sitting there talking about, is this spice ham?
I get mad about food.
Yeah, I'm very passionate about food, and don't serve nobody
don't serve me no wine with just ham, and you don't even have crackers. You don't have nothing to go with it. It's no. You could have had salad or something. You didn't have nothing. So, Taj, you are not in charge at all.
My pet peeve is presentation and paper plates. The presentation better be awesome, and do not give me no paper plate.
You should have left that where it was. So, they're having a meeting with Escape and SWV. They all get there, and Coco is like, "It's so cute that everybody's happy, but are we gonna co-headline or what?" Which is what I would have been like, because we're not putting us faking the phone, and you still want a headline because I
get down to business, right?
So she was like, Tasha was like, "Well, we'll just go ahead and we decided we're gonna co-headline, which I will co-headline." So Candy gets mad because I'm sure, because she mentioned that Escape told her that they wanted to headline. So she was basically going off of what they said. But for her speaking for the group, it's saying we're just going to co-headline. Candy, I don't think was happy with it. But I think that's what y'all should have did in the first place.
Yeah.
Especially together. I don't. At the end of the day, like everybody has been saying, Escape don't have as many hits as SWV.
Yeah, they should co-headline. It should have been established that they co-headline from the beginning because this is like a monumental moment for women in R&B. Like these two mega groups coming together, and even if only one night, it should be a co-headlining experience.
Right.
But I do believe that Lataco and Candy has had this power struggle with the group
since the beginning.
Because you can just tell it's always
really, you can tell Latasha has this thing where she likes to be in control. Even if she's not
Candy does too.
In the moment, she wants to let it be known that I'm not doing anything and y'all can't do anything without me, because Tamika has decided to take over the creativity part of the show, and she's getting someone who's going to produce it, create the stage. And I love the fact that she took over and said, I'm just going to start working on that. And the fact that Tasha, you get mad about the creativity, but you didn't want to contribute. So I'm trying to understand. Hey, Cece.
She's one of those people, like I said, this power struggle that, because to be fair, her and Candy both have the a bossy spirit about them. They like to be in charge. And sometimes when you put those two together, the heads are going to bite, because you could see on that couch that she was clearly upset that her sister was taking some control and wanted to take the reins and take some responsibility.
You haven't done anything to
contribute. Things. But she is the type of person that wants nothing to be done if she doesn't move. You understand? Like, she wants to feel that you
gotta struggle if she's not working. If she's not doing anything, she wants y'all to struggle and wait for her to get ready.
Yeah, she needs to feel that importance. Like, you could tell, like her waiting for her Beyonce moment. She needs to feel like, well, if I call out and I'm not making the creative decisions,
from the beginning,
nothing's going to get done. Like, if Latako is not here crunching around, everything's going to fall apart. And when it didn't fall apart, and your sister's picking up the thing, and they still can move on without you, now you looking stupid and stuff. Like, but that's what they say. You know, don't miss a day at work, because somebody will be sitting right there to take your job.
Just know everybody's replaceable. Nobody's that important where they can't be replaced. So the next scene, Candy, Coco, and Tasha are meeting in the studio. Coco brings her son, and they play clips of him trying to sing. I feel like he needs vocal lessons. Maybe she just brought him to just so he could see how it is, but he's not ready yet, in my opinion. He needs vocal lessons, vocal training.
So he needs to go around there to Miss Jan while they in Atlanta.
He needs to go back to school.
He needs to go around there to Miss Jan. Like, I think he should go back to school, and he also needs to take some lessons from Miss Jan.
Lessons. Don't be trying to be a star like your mama, because your mama have a voice.
Well, who didn't have a voice? And she was out there just desecrating one of my favorite songs, which is Weak, was Candy. Like, Candy, I ain't gonna say you sound like a Billy Goat, but you did sound like a goat.
She did not sound good.
Yeah, you did sound like a goat. It wasn't a full Billy Goat, but it was goatish.
It was nasally. It was very much nasally. I did see.
I don't know.
I did see Latasha's read when she was talking about Tiny and Candy's vocals, and yes, I mean there is a nasal thing going on. Maybe she needs to take a Zyrtec before she sings, or maybe
something. I don't know, but Candy does have that. She does have that distinctive voice. So, like she did say in one of her videos, that she is the voice of Xscape, and which I do believe that is true, because she does have that distinctive sound. Like,
Xscape was never really that big until reality TV hit, because Xscape was what it was. Because Xscape used to get mad when people used to always ask, "What are your favorite female groups?" and nobody said their favorite female group was Xscape. Because there's so many others you could choose from. You could choose from En Vogue, SWV, TLC, Destiny's Child. It's so many different female groups.
You know what it was? I think it was because the way they were marketed, like back then, they was like, it was coming into it was like the baggy jeans. And at the time, even though that style was out, like with the baggy clothes, the baggy jeans and stuff like that, a lot of the female artists.
TLC did that too. They did the baggy stuff.
But when TLC did the baggy stuff, it was like a collective. Like everybody was doing the baggy stuff. Like when Xscape was trying to do the bag, they was transitioning. Like a lot of the women was transitioning into the sexier look. And I think they just was like on their last album, they became sexy. But I was a fan of Xscape because I was looking for Zebo.
Was they your favorite female group?
They were one. They had some of my favorite songs. Because like, "Do You Want To" is still my favorite song. Because like I said, I'm out in the streets looking for Zebo. Because I don't know what Zebo did to Tiny, but that damn Zebo, when they made like 2 to 3 songs about Zebo, and Zebo was out there in the audience with another girl, I was pissed off about it. I was very upset. I don't know who Zebo is. Zebo Zanique father,
and
Zebo is Zanique father, right? Zebo Zanique. Because I used to think T.I. was Zebo. I was rolling my eyes at T.I. for a long time.
While they're in the studio, there's a lot of tension, and Latasha, Candy keep asking Latasha, "What do you think? What do you think?" I don't know. I haven't thought about it. I haven't put much thought into it. I've just been busy. And when you do stuff like that, it just makes it obvious that she really don't want them to succeed without her. She really don't want them to do well. If I was her and I was really focused on my gospel career, I would say, ladies, I'm gonna have to drop out from this so y'all can focus on what y'all need to do, and then I'll drop out. Because if you don't want to be there, then don't be there. You're wasting everybody's time at this point. So I understand why Kendi is getting mad with her, because they also meet up at the studio and trying to sing. And to me, Tiny, Tamika, and Kendi, they can only do so much, honestly. They sounded okay in the studio. I wasn't gonna pay for that. Not for what I saw in the studio. That was okay.
I'm saying I wouldn't pay to see them alone, but in culmination with SWV, I wouldn't pay for it because they gonna give what they gonna give. They ain't gonna give too much, but they got those songs, a couple of songs like the Just Kicking It, Who Can I Run To? They got those certain songs that you really like. So if they're with another group, I would definitely want to see them because I want to hear like the 2 or 3 songs that they have that I like.
Yes, and Arnold agrees with you. Kendi and Latasha have personality clash issues, and
yeah, they do, Arnold. Yes, because everybody want to be the boss. What they say about all the Indians and everybody want to be a chief.
No, too many chiefs and no Indians.
Yeah, like they should have established like who was the lead in the beginning. I think that would avoid a lot of conflict, especially with girl groups, because your ego does get in the way. If you think you can sing, you like, this girl can't sing better than me, and you're gonna be sitting there battling like it was. You see that video of them battling?
Leader. I don't feel like every group needs a leader, like TLC. Even though T-Boz
every R&B group, I think they need who's going to be the dominant. If they're not going to switch in and out with everybody, like if everybody sings lead, like in Vogue, you see, like in Vogue, everybody sings a lead part and everybody sings a lead, but everybody's not really singing lead. Like the Tamikas, they were fine playing background. They wasn't, you know what I'm saying? They wasn't like, we're not worried, we're just happy to be a part. And you get some people like
the middle of the group.
You get some people like that, but as far as Latako and Kendi, you can see their personality. They're both, and Candy's a Taurus. Like they like to take charge. Like they're chargeful people. Like she likes to be in charge. Like that's why she was down to the studio crying when Latako said that, she was out there crying because I was singing lead. No, she was crying. She said that she was crying because they called her down there to do some background vocals, but for Latasha to make it sound like an escape sound. That's why she said, because she is the sound, but she was mad because the other Tamikas wasn't there. She wants to be the boss. Like you was worried about them, and like you like to be in charge. That's why you always down there crying.
But let's get to this studio session, which kind of pissed me off too. So they're practicing. Obviously, they send out a group text and say, "Hey, we're gonna have practice." Tasha don't even bother showing up. She don't even say, "Hey, I'm not even gonna be there."
She's Beyonce now.
She obviously had a conversation with the road manager and basically said she's not gonna be there for the sound check either.
No,
she ain't gonna show up to the event. So you want to show up to the event with no practice, so that show that you really don't care, and that would have also pissed me off as well. Like, why
everybody don't need practice?
She don't need no practice. Well, you need to practice the transitions. You need to practice, what dance moves y'all are gonna be doing. You don't want to practice anything. You're not even gonna be there for sound check.
You saw that video of her doing her runs. She is the David Ruffin of the group. Ain't nobody come to see y'all.
I'm sick of those same runs because just because you can do a run, that's not really singing. That's riffing, and that's not singing. Using your voice, using your tone. That's just that's a crutch that we in the Black community use when we want to act like we know how to sing. Is we do a lot of runs.
He said she will run like she's a marathon champion. Don't play with her.
So she's over there signing a contract with Motown in her house that she just so happened to have there. I want to accuse her of bleaching because it seemed like her knuckles was darker than I was looking at her knuckles, and it's just, I don't know. her knuckles was real dark and her skin was a little bit light. So I'm just gonna put that out there.
But you know what? A lot of times she could be. I don't know how this is like, but it's a natural. I think a lot of times when women, like a lot of women and stuff like that, in their younger years, they didn't really take care of their skin. Like you ever see the women with the black elbows? That's another pet. I hate a black elbow. Oh, a black elbow. A lot of times, like,
you can't help it, but maybe
no, you can. Like you can. Like it can.
With your knuckles being like
you can. You can stop your knuckles too from being black. My knuckles used to be black. You know how I bleach.
How do you stop your knuckles?
You know how I bleach it? Because I grow hair on my knuckles like a monkey. Like it's like straight monkey's paw. Like you could literally comb it. That's how much hair like I grow on.
No, I'm talking about the knuckle. I'm talking about
the black
part right here.
Yeah, like that. But you know what you do? You take orange. You take orange and grade. Well, this is how I take spots. So grade orange, and take a potato and grade a potato and take some flour, mix it, and then put it on there and keep it on there for like a couple hours. Then rinse it with cold water. That's a natural bleach. Like any dark spots on your arm, like your elbows. You see my elbow, like the elbows. You make that paste and you put it on.
I can excuse, but the knuckles.
But I had to put it on my knuckles. My knuckles was very dark because I had like a lot of the hair holes and stuff. It was like really dark. And but I think maybe she just. I hope she's not like bleaching. Like
I think she has insecurity, like Arnold says. She has a lot of insecurity.
Of course, look at the size of her head. Like who would be insecure? Like girl, you lost weight and nobody don't even notice because your head is still so big.
And then
that's embarrassing because if I said, y'all know I had weight loss surgery. I had weight loss surgery and my head was still the same size as it was before. I can show y'all before pictures. Thank God my head shrunk down with my body because I'd have been out here bobbling. But I was bobbling like the first couple of months. It was like really like,
like when Star Jones lost her weight, she still had that big bobblehead. Jennifer Hudson too. She had.
Thank God the swelling went down in my head.
Jennifer Hudson kind of filled out a little bit, after that. But when she first lost a whole lot of weight, she had that big old head and that small body. And
because for like a couple of months, I did have the head, but thank God it evened out. I think, did it, y'all? Because I still feel a little heavy up here.
But she used those knuckles to sign that gospel deal. And I really want to know what Motown has to say
knuckles.
about these allegations, extortion, threats sent through text, and all this coming off of a gospel album. It's so much scandal coming up. Yolanda Adams would never. CeCe Winans would never. You are not going to go over there and with the gospel and come over there with that devil, man.
Maybe she's of Kim Burrell. Maybe she's of the Kim Burrell spirit. She does give me a Kim Burrell.
Even Kim Burrell wouldn't even stoop this low. Even Kim, I'm not going to do Kim Burrell like that.
This is some low down dirty, and it's like the husband is leading you, and like you say, he calls her down there to that table to sign this contract that's probably going to get ripped up like this. Like you may get shelved, honey.
At the drop of a dime, they can drop you anytime they want.
And you know what? God does not like ugly. Like sometimes you think, what they say, don't count your chickens before they hatched. Mm-hmm. Like because a lot of times you think that you up. When you think you up and you done said F everybody and didn't all this stuff, the same people you meet on the way up is the same people you meet on the way down. That's why you need to be respect and be kind to everybody. Treat people how they treat you.
And if you're gonna leave gracefully. That's my thing. Leave gracefully. Say, you know what? I have a lot of stuff going on with my personal career. I'm not gonna have time to invest in this tour with you guys. So I'm just gonna bow out. You guys can continue on for a threesome, for this, and hopefully I can meet y'all in the future. That would be professional. That's the professional way to do it. But she obviously don't know how to be professional.
But she's not going to do that because she's not going to admit to them. Like she needs to go to her group and look, y'all know I've been singing with y'all for things. Y'all know I've been trying to get my solo career, and this is something that I want. Like y'all know how bad I want this. And stuff like this, this is finally I get this thing, and I'm sorry that I'm gonna have to, exit out the group if I have time, whatever like that. I wouldn't mind singing with y'all here, but this is something that I want, and I'm gonna take. Like
Juanita Bynum used to lick charcuterie board allegedly.
Who?
So Juanita Bynum, she allegedly used to lick charcuterie board.
Used to. Now.
Before she got saved, she used to make charcuterie board. Let me.
Police.
But allegedly. But also, side note, Lily, you trifling for pulling them red cups out of the cupboard, and they dropped on
into the sink.
And then you go to the sink and get him sink water. You don't even have bottled water in your house. I'm gonna need you to do better with that, because if people come over here to my place, I at least have bottled water.
You out here talking about you looking at the pastor's penis and you handing people sink water.
You giving him sink water?
You handing sink water.
This tastes like hose. I like you, Lily, but he,
I wouldn't have been drinking it because I just had that cup right there on the table.
I looked at you crazy when you went to the sink and started.
He didn't want to do that because that would have came off racist. That would have came off racist. He is probably a nice white man, and when she went
like a nice guy, he
seems like a nice white man. And when she went to that, the cabinet. First of all, you went to the cabinet and pulled out a red
cups in the cabinet.
That was my initial, because you know how I feel about plastic things.
Already, they should have already been on the countertop, still in the plastic. When you have those red cups, you keep them in the plastic.
You sitting there got plastic cup, the red Solo cup, like it's flatware, like it's dinnerware, like it's glass.
I understand that too. I understand that if you don't want to do dishes, but don't go to the sink and get me some tap water.
I have plastic cups, but you know what? They're not sitting in the cabinet like their glasses. I'm sitting there really took time. They're in the cabinet. I don't know if you done rinsed them out. These could be used.
You didn't rinse it out because they fell on the counter. I would have asked you, can I get a fresh cup?
I don't even want the cup no more. As soon as you go to the cabinet and you open the cabinet door and you pull out a plastic cup, bitch, I don't want it.
Never mind. I said
I don't want it because you done wrenched that cup out. That cup has been wrenched. That cup has been wrenched out several times, and several lips been on that cup. You washed it.
For cups. It looked like that was her last little bit of cups, and she was about to run out.
She washed it.
I'm gonna need you to do better.
You washed those plastic cups, because why would you put plastic cups in the cabinet if you ain't washed them?
That don't have nothing to do with nothing. But I did have. I was like, I got to talk about these cups now. But
it was the cup.
That's all I have for the episode.
It was the sink. I think so. Oh no, something else happened. Her son, they went down to Press. Shout out to Rashida. They went to Press. They went to go dress shopping down to the Press. Her son was sitting there with his little cutouts. He was like, I'm sitting here with my cutouts. I'm very fashionable. And
you're really not that fashionable. I didn't like it.
He thought he was. We're gonna let the young brother live. Okay, we're gonna let him live.
Just because you fabulous, that don't mean you fashionable. So I'm just say that.
No, wait a minute.
Go ahead, man.
Fabulous and fashionable goes hand in hand.
But I don't know if you know what I'm saying, but
no, I understand what you're saying. But some people are not fortunate enough to have just style. Others are. Who can they do or whatever like that.
But
But I'm glad that Taj tried to talk some sense into him. She told him, So
you got the red cups in the cabinet, Nola?
Not in the cabinet. No, Nola, take them cups out the cabinet.
You got the red cups.
Take them out the cabinet right now.
Countertop. Since when we start putting the red cups in the cabinet?
I'm not putting plastic cups.
If I come to your, I can excuse the cups in the cabinet. But when you go to the sink, after you done pulled that red cup out the cabinet and give me some water out the sink.
No, that pisses me off because
and Tosh with the just ham for the charcuterie board, and you just have ham, a big old thing of ham, and nothing else. But
that pisses me off. They are doing the Bronx and Brooklyn and New York wrong. Like, Lily, I know you from the Bronx and everything like that. I'm from the Bronx and I'm from the hood. Okay, I'm from the hood, and I'm not putting the red Solo cups in the cabinet because I'm mad because that just pisses me off. I got a pet peeve about that. One of my kids took the plastic forks and put them inside the thing, like with the cutlery, like. Oh my God, I opened the drawer and saw all the plastic forks in there. I just broke all of them because I was just so mad, like, who did this?
It was real energetic and low vibration and low income. That's what it was given. But it was a good episode. We're only on episode 4, and the drama continues. I'm wondering if all of these allegations are gonna turn into a lawsuit, or she could sue for, maybe emotional distress.
No, she could sue for money stress. Like, y'all stole my money and then you lied on me. And then
has it been too far? Because it happened like 10 years ago. Has it been too long to go back and
I don't know, but the statute of limitations with that. Sometimes it is a little late sometimes. But
with Bill Cosby, but that's a whole different topic.
Yep, you know what a proof center put in. She really did her big one. She proved her point, and she was dragged out to prove her point, because I really don't think you could see in that her face and her emotions that she had. I really don't think she wanted to do this. And I think if they had just shut up about it and not said nothing and not went there and perpetuated her, that she wouldn't have said anything. She was forced. That woman was forced to bring out those receipts. She didn't want to do that to her sister. Yeah. She was forced to do it, and that's sad.
But it set her up, and I wonder what else you're gonna say after that.
Y'all can't even say that. Like, this is really Rocky and Bullwinkle. Like, you just out here Rocky and Bullwinkle and like real cartoonish, because this is like crazy. Like, you sitting there, like, maybe she needs to call the CIA. Since he wants to sit there with Tasha K and say, oh, the CIA and FBI files and forensic files and the alien task force, like everybody was on this case. Like you, like some big thing, and you're getting extorted and all this stuff. And like, boy, bye. Boy, bye.
On top of it, and we'll report back on Saturday when we come back for
yes, because this is a developing story.
It is a developing story. It's developing more and more as days go by. We don't know what's going to come out tomorrow or the next day. So we're going to stay posted. We're going to give you the tea on all the stuff that's been happening this week. So y'all, if there's another topic that y'all want us to talk about, feel free to DM us or send us a message on YouTube. I think you can send us a message. Can you do that?
I believe they can write on the yeah, and if you can't wait till Saturday for us to come back with the with the info with this developing story, you could catch Nola Reeds is she's staying on the case.
And are y'all doing All Rise this
week? And also, please check out Mims, Make It Make Sense. He's on the case, like he is dropping videos left and right. He's
talking about Tamika and Latasha.
Yes, because he is investigating, reporting, and he is following the breadcrumbs, child. He is really doing his big one investigating.
It's truly been a whole debacle. But I want to thank everybody who's joined us, everybody who is catching the replay of the live. Make sure y'all hit that like button. It's free. It's a free way to help us out, help the channel. Thank you, Robin, Yvette, Jay Rucker, Cece was in here.
Yes, Arnold's here, Nola.
Ray, Arnold. Just Simply, Catherine, and once again, everybody who's going to catch the replay. I know some people, this is not our normal day, but...
Hey, Ray was in here too.
And Ray says she has a video coming out, and...
Oh yeah, Ray's on the case too. Please check out her channel as well.
So check out Ray as well. And thank you guys for joining us. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but y'all are here with us talking about the mess. So we appreciate y'all, and we will see y'all Saturday at 9.
Well, we on CP time. We before 10 though.
We before 10. Around 9. Y'all know how we do.
9-ish,
how we do. Make sure y'all hit the notification bell, and we'll see if everybody gets the
and bring your drink Saturday, because I think I'm gonna mix up a drink. I'm gonna try
to switch it up. I might do tequila because I've been doing brown for a while. Maybe I'll switch it up and do tequila. Hopefully I don't get too ignorant, because tequila made me ignorant.
Oh yeah, I don't even drink tequila no more.
But once again, we'll see y'all Saturday. Make sure y'all hit that like button. And Mace, do you have anything else to say before we close it out?
No, just that they can follow us on Instagram. You can follow Shady at Shady Your Room, and you can follow me at Mace_Marrow. And you can also follow my little cooking channel, Mace_Cooks. I'm turning them hoes into housewives.
And you need to, so they won't be so dependent on a man to lead them down to the pits of where. So We will see y'all Saturday. Y'all be safe and have a good evening. Good night, y'all.